You've also started writing a little bit too for the Intellect. So I want to take one of these. You just did a recent write-up within the last couple of days on the art of conversation. So this podcast is called Conversations, so it fits well, and hopefully we're doing what you kind of wrote in this. But I really loved this Horace quote. So I'll say it, so bear with me, audience. The aim of the poet is to inform or delight, or to combine together, in what he says, both pleasure and applicability to life. In instructing, be brief in what you say, in order that your readers may grasp it quickly and retain it faithfully. Superfluous words simply spill out when the mind is already full. Fiction invented in order to please should remain close to reality. Horace, Ars Poetica. So can you talk about the art of conversation, and then maybe a little bit about that quote about, not getting too far from reality, not too much fiction, because it seems like good fiction or good things like tug at our reality or our heartstrings, etc. It's never too far away. So maybe just go into that.
Actually, this quote by Horace is what made me want to write this essay. Because I always thought about poetry and conversations as being not necessarily equal, but quite similar. Mm-hmm. Because in a good conversation you are, in a way, entertained, but you also get knowledge. You also receive a lot of knowledge. Sure. So that's how I wanted to start my essay. And I also wanted to focus on intimacy, on building human moments. I think this is very important in any kind of topic, because we might say that, if we talk about technology or science, we need to be clear and precise. But I think even in those kind of conversations or, lectures, we can build human moments and have like a intimate relationship somehow with the audience, and vice versa.
Even in the most abstract,
exactly.
You can still come together. Okay, interesting. And then so you mentioned intimacy and immediacy, but then also you mentioned two other things on thinking together, and then one of my favorite kind of intellectual heroes, if you will, if not influences, is Marshall McLuhan and Margaret. So the medium is the message. So maybe talk a little bit about the medium is the message and on thinking together. How does that play into the intimacy and immediacy, into the art of conversation?
Yeah, in terms of thinking together, I think we get a lot of abundance and richness when we connect ideas together and when we have conversations. For example, this is something that I had in my past year, attending Intellect salons and also hosting Intellect salons. And I realized how much that shifted my thinking and also opened up my mind and also my eyes in many ways. Mm-hmm. And as for the medium is the message, here I was thinking more or less about the rituals, because in having a good conversation and also a good salon offline, you need to take care of small rituals, as in welcoming the guests, having intro rounds, offering them cookies and sure. Coffee, wine or tea, and being this kind of host in your own home. And I think that can be also translated virtually. So you can have that even in a Zoom room if you're welcoming, and if you also abide to some rituals of welcoming, of having intros. So actually having a script, but only as a backbone for the conversation, and after that letting everything flow.
Right.
And also be prepared for a lot of unknown, especially virtually, because
yeah.
things can happen,
No, that's interesting you say that, because that's one of the things that I've tried to pride myself on, especially is I think people in the biz call it rapport. It's like building rapport. I mean, we just met each other an hour ago personally for the first time, but we've had conversations over the last weeks. I think it was even a month or two originally on Twitter. So that's one of the things I've tried to get in. And the times that I've at least felt the rapport is there in the guest feel rapport, the conversation is very open. It's very intuitive, very intelligent and stuff. And so it seems like that's one of the basic things of our humanity. It's like, let me meet you where you are, and then we're going to talk, etc. So that's interesting that you say that that's such a important part, even virtually, because in COVID times, sometimes you just get on Zoom and you click, accept or something, and then that's the end of it. But then
exactly.
You still need to build the rapport even online.
And it's very easy to be distracted, you know, having, I don't know, 10 tabs open.
As everyone does.
While somebody knows, I don't know, sharing their intimate life story.
Right. It's a very good point.